So a while back we installed this T5 bulb to replace this old T12 over here that you can't get ballast for anymore. And as you can see, it's much brighter. It takes 4 T5 bulbs, and this one takes 3 T12 bulbs. So it is a whole lot brighter. And then that one you see in the background there is another T5. That's a different kind of fixture. But yeah, it's worth upgrading because they are a whole lot brighter, and you'll take a whole lot less of them. Plus, if your T12 ever goes out, you can't get another ballast. So they're pretty much useless. Here's our T5, our new T5 ballast that we have not opened yet. With our then our T12 is right above us. So I'm just gonna open this up. And we'll take a look at what we have and what we're gonna have to change out. So we have this long light fixture with has some reflective backing so that it'll reflect the light and you won't waste it up in your ceiling. And under it is this kind of box of metal, and that has your ballast and your all your electrical stuff in it. And it also has some instructions, which unlike most things, you'll probably want to keep these. And hopefully this will tell us how to figure this thing out. And now I'm going to take these bulbs out of the T12 ballast. You just want to set them down gently. Again, this light is not hot. You can see this one here, or maybe not, but there's a light over here, and it's on, and that's because it's plugged up to a separate outlet. It's not on the same circuit, but these lights are not hot, so it will not electrocute me if I do like this. It's not going to kill me, and that's how we know that it's not hot. You have this little middle ridge right here between the two places where the bulbs go, and you're just going to want to squeeze in on that until it pops off, like so. And it's just a tray, and it's going to have a lot of nasty stuff in it because, well, bugs like to go up here. So just toss that down, and now you're just left with your ballast, which is, you can't replace these if it's a T12 ballast. Now we're going to want to take all our hardware down, and there's these 2 toggle bolts on this fixture anyway, and there's one on each end, so I'm just going to remove those. And this one happens to be a Phillips head that has an anchor on it on the other side of the drywall. Now I'm going to take the one out on this side, and I'm just using a flashlight to film here, since there's, we have to cut off the lights, so there's no light. So on this fixture right here, you have the black and the white wire coming from the ballast itself, but the wires coming from the ceiling are both white. So on the new ballast, I don't know which ones to attach it to. So I just marked the one that's already going to a white wire because I know this is wired correctly because it's been working. I'm going to mark the white wire that actually needs to go to the white wire with the blue tape, and the white wire that needs to go to the black wire I'm going to leave unmarked. That way I'll know which one goes to which when I put the new ballast up. Okay, now we got all our hardware removed, and we're gonna and it's just hanging on by some wires. So now I'm gonna disconnect those. So I got my T5 ballast here, and the instructions for putting it together on the back of the box right there. And they have instructions for hanging it. Of course, I don't really want to hang it. So I'm gonna take this this back panel off of this and see if I can't mount it just straight to the ceiling, and then snap the front back on. And after I get all the wiring done, so I'll start on that. There's just some flat heads over here I'm going to take out. You can see this is, after I take these screws out, this is just going to pop right off, this back part. And we have our ballast. I put one screw in on this side and then squared it up. And use this one screw as a pivot, and now I can put the screw in this side. So you'll notice there's a screw head right there, and you're gonna have just a bare exposed wire coming out of your roof. So that wire will be will need to go under that screw head, which you will then tighten back down under the wire. That way you can actually ground it. As long as the screw's making good contact with the wire, you should be all right. Now I'm going to take the white wire and well, so both of these coming from the ceiling are white, and so I marked the actual one that needs to go to the white wire with some blue tape, and this white wire is also marked with blue tape. So I will put these two together. These two wires to put them together, and then put this twister around it, which you can probably find in your old ballast that you took off already. I had to be making contact. Right. Now I'll take the black wire and the other wire coming from the ceiling, and I'll put those two together with another twister. Alright, so now I'm going to put this reflective backer on that goes over the ballast, and this is the part that is basically just reflective and it goes between the bulbs and the ballast. It's just going to attach with some flat head screws, which we took off earlier. Now we're going to put our T5 bulbs in, and it's basically standard, same way to put them in. Originally when I put it in, these bulbs wouldn't fit between the two ends, and I had to loosen up some screws that attach this this flimsy backer between the ballast and this, and now they fit fine. Notice when we turn these lights on, these new bulbs that are pink in the middle, and it's just going to take a minute for all the light to just, it'll become unpink and it'll be brighter.